Yes, my fine divine collective. I done got me a meditation bell, baby. What? So y'all already know what time it is. Come on up in here. Let's get into this message. And my name is Dominica Divinely, God's favorite light worker, the golden healer, the messenger, and your down-to-earth high priestess. So you've reached a significant self-made prolific elevation level, and you have outgrown much, and many of which you thought your lower self will never allow you to do. You've outgrown the old subjective. You're nothing like what is usually attracted to you or who you even actually try to bond with and welcome in. So you've reached an insane level of consciousness that literally almost everything seems ignorant or wrong to you, which is in fact how you know you have reached an insane level of confidence or consciousness and confidence. You've reached an outrageous level of consciousness that most would never be able to reach or even understand. So it's safe to say that you are definitely misplaced. You're literally the golden egg who stands out in the middle of all the white eggs. And you've grown even more uncomfortable than what you have ever been, now to the point that it hurts. Some of you don't even feel safe in your hometown anymore, but most of you definitely feel unwanted, unappreciated, and unaccepted. But still, even at all odds, a great amount of you are still in your hometown, whether you have left and come back or you have just been planted there for whatever reason has kept you planted, that has kept you stuck. But yet, you also do not want to be there as much as you are unwanted. And I must say that if you are one of those ones that have left and come back because you did not learn whatever lesson you needed to learn before you went wherever you went and you had to do a spin around and continue another cycle or a few, or because you were just unable to leave for whatever reason, you have actually become to the point now to where you are ready to go. And if you feel like you are stuck because you can't afford to go or you have no place, no means, no funds to go, right now you have a whole lot of energy that is working for you. So even in the midst of seeming like it doesn't look good, just like before, all those other times that you have manifested without anything, you have the power to manifest your way out now. And I really only encourage you because I feel like you are ready now. Before, when you wasn't ready, when you were actually spilling over into the wrong lives in other places and you had to spin the block because you wasn't ready, you are now ready. Please believe. If you do just that and believe and allow your energy to continue in that positivity that you have shifted for yourself, the great divine will make a way for you. But back on track to the original point, because although you have been in this place where you have been surrounded by all kinds of fake energy and fake love and disrespect, fake respect, or the very few or couple that do admire you in this place, because you have a whole lot of other people that admire you elsewhere. But where you are right now, you come from a place where these individuals are nothing like you are and not as aware as you are. You are very different. You stand out. You are the golden egg, remember? And the level that you are on has a very new low level of tolerance and a very new high level of boundaries. Okay, so maybe before and some throughout your healing, you have been real passive. You let things slide, a lot slide, and you sometimes lack standing up for yourself, and you would later regret doing so on sight. And as I said, throughout your healing, that means that you have healed and pulled through. So right now, honey, you are on a new level where this attitude is new. This attitude is on a very new level. I mean, a rich level, okay? And you ain't even gotta be rich. That old side of you that operated in trauma, that made you feel like you needed to be accepted and understood, that made you want to people please for that reason because of the trauma, baby, you have turned over a new leaf that has now put you in a place to where you don't even give half a care compared to whatever you used to give. Baby, you are now putting people in their place, cutting people off, telling people how you feel, and demanding the respect that you deserve, that they are supposed to be giving you. Because when they don't even realize that they are coming for an earth angel, a chosen, so that they get karma regardless. They don't have to treat you good. That bad is going to come back around to them. But right now, you are protecting yourself because you can't deal with it anymore. You can't afford to deal with it anymore. And just like they wouldn't with their ego tactics, they wouldn't deal with it. But that's what makes you different, because you are not like them. You are not malicious like them. You are not thinking that you being good to people and you people pleasing is a bad thing the way that they think that it is. And it could be a bad thing because they think that it is, so it makes it bad, right? They are not used to it. So when you actually do it from the heart and you look like you were too good, then you offend people. But however, although you are in fact misplaced, and a lot of you really might not be safe in your hometown, and that's just because of who you are and how you may have offended people in your hometown by what you may have said to them and how truthful you are. Because we know that your mouth, my fine divine, can be a little bit cutting. And a lot of people don't want to deal with that, don't want to hear that. And sometimes it can really be malicious. But you will never tell a lie. And even still, with people mad at you this way in your hometown, you are still standing up for yourself and you are making the necessary changes needed to heal. It's really giving you're tired, like your spirit, your soul is tired of all of the trauma, the injustice, the enduring, the unfairness that's always given to you, regardless of how good you are to people. It's like you are so tired of it. Because although the great divine vindicates you from all of the injustice, known or unknown, unbeknownst to you or the person that's what's going on in their life, their karma for, doing you wrong. And it affects you greatly because with you being so conscious and aware, we know that with knowledge, with great wisdom, comes great sorrow. So this stuff really does take a toll on you. And because you are learning, you're an alchemist, you jump timelines, you feel it all. You feel it all. And sometimes you might get emotional because it's too much. How can you not? You're such an empath. You have a heart. You're not cold-hearted. Okay, you actually allow yourself to feel. You actually allow yourself to be real. And when people don't understand your energy, you already know that it's not because they know what they think they know. Because at the end of the day, it's really just the opposite. They don't know a thing. That's another thing that you are really tired of and have grown a low tolerance for, my fine divine collective. Those who are unconscious and have a one-way mental perception of things and are in denial about really having a clue or cannot really reach you on your conscious level, but yet they want to tell you about what they know about you as if they don't realize that you have always become outdated. You will always become outdated. Whatever versions that they even thought they knew of you, they could have never really known, even if they was there right there with you, because they don't know what you know and how you perceive and how you see things and how you have elevated through that, because they do not see the consciousness level of it. So you're very tired of the low conscious level of these folks around you, thinking that they could read someone without the right spirit or the right conscious level, but always want to compare or school you or other people when they can't even figure out themselves. You have to heal to understand. You have to go through an experience to understand. And a lot of times what you perceive through your experience, a lot of people may not perceive unless you are actually conscious and you can perceive it on so many different levels and realms, and why and where the lessons lie at for each party involved and everything. It's so many perspectives and angles, and that's not even really all that comes with being conscious. Comes with being conscious is actually knowing in general what really is, and not the illusion of what the world, the ways of the world, the leaders of the world have taught us to be, but actually knowing. So at this point, you can't relate to anyone. You are to the point to where you are ready to explode for change. But fine divine collective, here's my message for you. God said, do not worry. Everything that you had to go through and face has only prepared you to what's happening next. What God has always had waiting for you, what you have always known within inside of you since you was a young one, that you had to reach, regardless of how you didn't know that you had to go through what you had to go through to get to it, or you didn't know exactly what it was or why you felt the way you were feeling. That's because you knew you were chosen. You knew you were different. Even though you didn't exactly know that you were chosen at the time, you knew that it was something about you. And you knew you had to get to it. And you knew that it was different and greater and better. It's like a fire that you couldn't explain that was inside of you ever since you was a youngin'. The journey has always been intense. And the level of intensity has always risen with each chapter. But God knew that you were made for the job and that the purpose would be fulfilled. Being hated, rejected, uncomfortable, and just flat out different has always served its purpose. Whether you were on low level, mid level, high level, regardless of which level you were on your journey, enduring all of that hate and all of that hurt and all of the pain that comes with the reality of everything, the pain that comes with the rejection and the abandonment, what it all came with or what it gave, who it came with, where, whatever the case may be. With each moment, with each time during your struggle, your enduring, although it didn't feel good, it served purpose. Through everything and every emotion and every situation, through every phase you went through, you served purpose. Yes, served. And purpose was given to you because you had to go learn your lessons and you had to figure the things out that you needed to figure out, and then you were able to actually pull through to be able to stand in your proper position, to be able to heal the way you needed to heal, and to be able to serve the correct purpose as being a leader in everything that you are now. So my fine divine chosen, my fine divine chosen, do not worry or rage about how tired you may be right now. Don't worry about how different you are, how different you might have been. Instead, celebrate, rejoice. This is your time to celebrate. You should have already been happy about who you are. Not saying, I do know that a lot of you do accept and are happy about who you are, and there's a lot of you who do not appreciate being chosen and having to go through what you have to go through because it's not fun, and you might inspire to want to be like a lot of the other people in the crowds that are seeming like they are happy. But you should really celebrate and be happy about how chosen you are and look at it as an honor. You should actually feel good about not being like the large crowds that are all alike and that are all unconscious and are living lives outside of their true self. You know exactly who you are, even if they don't, or even if they pretend like they don't, or even if they don't want to or care. And most of the time, someone who is doing more or better than you, do not criticize those who are doing less than them, but you will always be criticized for internally elevating, because it's misunderstood and it's hard to do for a lot of people. And this is just for confirmational purposes only, honey, because y'all be knowing.